So you begin to answer me, and you give me almost a reframing of my question. And most people will take the answer that you give them back from a question of yours, if it includes what you're saying, because a lot of people like to feel smart, and, oh, I must have asked a smart question if they answer me in the way I asked the question. But you're not really getting an answer. It's like somebody giving you an ice cream cone without the ice cream. So I push people, give me your reflections, and I'll let them know whether it's a reflection or not, whether it's a thought or not, right? Rather than just a tape you're replaying or a manipulation you're doing, right? So I push, having you express yourself. Because when you don't, what you're asking me to do is read your mind. And only a child wants their minds read. A child feels love when their parents intuit what they want and need. But an adult needs to express themselves fully. So I push people to express it, say what's on your mind. Get it out, because once it's out, you can actually see even more. So as you speak it, it leaves you, and as it leaves you, you can see it. And if you can see it, you can get some feedback. So people who tend to do that will tend not to like to be recorded, because it's the same process. They are seen or heard. They can see and hear themselves. And that doesn't fit into the child's model, which the child wants to be read, wants to be loved so much that you intuit my every feeling. You finish my sentence. Right? Childish romance. Now, as I've said before, that's the very fucking thing you hate about a person after a while, after being with them a long time, that you don't let me finish my fucking sentence, right? So, understand that about the child and all children and the child in you. Get your children to communicate, whether it's your internal child or your children. They need to express themselves. They need to get it out so they can see it and go, oh, I did that. And now they can grow, they can expand in their awareness. And if you push even further, you finally get the ice cream for the cone, you can really push a person to really think and get it out and get going. You might actually get the cherry on top. But it's the child that wants to be intuited. It's the child that wants their lover to feel and sense their needs and wants. It's not a grown man or woman that is doing this. It's the child inside the man or woman. True love, true expression, true communication has to come out. That's what makes it true. Because as long as it's in, as my old mentor would say, an unexpressed emotion is bullshit. It needs to come out so others can experience it, including yourself. And then you get direct communication, you get to see it, you get to understand more of what's inside a person, and you get to understand them. Now the risk is somebody may not like what you're saying. They may not like what you're saying. And the child wants to be liked. So they'll either answer and reframe your words to sound smart, give you a stock answer, give you one that they've heard somebody else get applause for, but they're not going to make a great effort to find their own and express it out loud, because that's a possibility of getting rejected then. But take it from me. Get rejected enough. And after a while, it becomes funny. You don't care. You say whatever you have to say. You speak your mind freely, and you get to learn and see and discover more and more and uncover more and more about yourselves. And the other, because now they respond to what you're saying, especially if it's outside of the mechanical communication. Everybody wants to teach authentic communication. Mm-hmm. Authentic communication is getting what's in there out, so that you can actually have an authentic out in front of both of you interaction. And authentic communication is not me intuiting you and you intuiting me. That's just a lame agreement. And a real smart player of this game can figure out more or less what you'd like him or her to intuit, and will give you just what you want. And you'll go, wow, they get me, and they're not getting you, they're playing you. So if you're proactive in your communication and want to, and make yourself say it and stumble and bumble even if you have to. Because again, this is an instrument and it has to keep running to work better and better. And like a faucet that has not been used for a while, when you first turn it on, the water might come out a bit dirty, but after it runs and runs, it gets clear and clear. So will your communication. You want a lesson from a former communication professor? Here it is. Communicate until. Communicate until it starts flowing more and more. And then you'll be expressing more clearly your thoughts, your feelings, and who you are. And in that self-expression, others get an opportunity to get you. They can accept you, reject you, it's irrelevant. At least it's finally you. And that is authentic communication.